everything's on. Everything's okay. Hello. Welcome to another Dark Mushroom Media live cast. I believe we're up to episode 22. With me tonight I have Jose and Corbin, and we're going to talk video games and stuff. Let's actually start off with the Heroes of the Storm launch. Because that's something a couple of us have actually played. So Heroes of the Storm launched. I'm still not a big fan of the game itself or the model, the hero model, the way you have to get the heroes and grind for gold and stuff. Kind of annoying.
So much money,
but
wasted.
Yeah, but it's kind of cool because it's similar to Dota, or at least a lot of the heroes are. I mean, obviously the source material and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know, after solo offlaning techies for the past however many months is my MOBA experiences, it's very weird to switch over to Heroes of the Storm where it's very team-oriented and you can actually yell at your team for doing bad things. And it's just kind of weird going from Dota to Heroes of the Storm, and like having 3 people in one lane is just normal in many circumstances.
And it's not weird, and it works because everything is shared for the entire team.
Yeah.
No, what I noticed when they went to the public launch, when it came out at we started playing in alpha and now it's in beta, or it's public release now. I forget.
It's public release now. It officially released last week.
When it released though, I went in, so I'm like, all right, let's check it out, and it informed me that there was a hotkey to just disable all communication, so you couldn't say anything and you wouldn't hear anything or see any text.
Really?
It's a fucking hotkey. Like, ugh. I'm mad at my team. Mute everything.
It's yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing. That's kind of...
Yeah.
Especially in a game where team play is so very fucking important. That's kind of it's kind of fucked.
Like, I understand that their entire thing has been to try to avoid the just acidic rage that is MOBA, you know? And that is not the way to do it, man. Like, that is only a way to make everyone hate you forever.
Yeah, I mean, it's much more laxed than even like something like Smite, which is...
The way you guys have been describing it, and I mean, Tim and Palmer, is that this one is a much more casual experience of a MOBA.
Oh, yeah.
And just about every aspect of it.
No items, no gold, everything is shared across your entire team no matter what happens.
Last hitting doesn't even matter. Like, it's just weird.
Last hitting you get more experience for your team. You actually got the last hit. At least the last time that I read release notes.
No, I just assumed last hitting didn't do anything because I didn't get gold from it. Then again, items aren't a thing, so like, what the fuck do I know?
Yeah. No, they got rid of gold and items like in December. For December. Yeah.
Sorry, I was just dealing with video issues, but we're good now.
Yep.
The first week they did a 25 experience boost, I guess, just kind of get things revved up, and now this week they're doing 50 experience XP boost. I don't
willing to play for that.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, it seems like something they would do in order to like grab hold of a player base, but Heroes of the Storm has a pretty big player base, especially when it just launched. I think it's more people are complaining about the shitty systems they have in place for unlocking hero talents and gold, and just getting, well, not even the skins, just the hero talents and the gold really would annoy me about that. Like, in order to even play a hero fully without getting the hero to like level 4 or 5, your account has to be level 25, which takes a very... I'm at 100 in some odd games played, and I'm only like 22 or something. I don't understand that type of mentality coming from any other MOBA, Dota, Smite, fucking Sins of the Prophets, like all sorts, Sins of a Dark Age, just all sorts of shit. It's just very odd to have level gating when it comes to hero abilities, like, and not even just ultimates, like just abilities and passives and shit. It's just very weird.
Just to be able to choose different fucking abilities, you have to play this hero for... How long do you think it takes to get level 5 based on a win-loss of about 50%? It's gotta be at least like 12 games.
I don't know if it's that much, but it's around there. I'd say, yeah, at least 10 or 12 does sound about right.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you're winning every one, it's still gonna take 7, 8, 9, somewhere around there.
Yeah. I don't like that way of doing it.
Wait, so, sorry, I was like kind of half listening. Did you guys say that uh, the leveling system, like you unlock things for your character, like out as you play the game? I thought the whole point of it was everyone kind of starts off with everything unlocked, and then from like a base level, and then
no, you have to.
That's like playing the game individually. As you like in a single game, as you level up your hero playing a single game, like you level up and you can unlock more abilities. But you get there's branches and you can choose different abilities. While you're choosing abilities, you have to unlock the abilities that you can choose from. So you have to play the game a bunch of times on a single hero and win a bunch to be able to even choose from the abilities. And most of the heroes only have like 1 or 2 viable builds. So if you don't have it all unlocked, then there's absolutely no point.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's I don't know why that exists. That's such a. I guess people would argue that it's a good way to like kind of get a feel for a hero and just kind of go with a base build in order to keep you from experimenting right off the bat. But it's just, even as someone who's not a veteran MOBA player, it just doesn't seem like a smart mechanic.
It's a good way to make sure that somebody has to lose a bunch of games with a hero before they can use it.
I wouldn't even go that far. It's I just don't understand it. Like, it's just, it makes no sense. And like I said, you know, I don't know. It's just something about Hearthstone. I get the shitty gold thing because, you know, Blizzard wants money. I get a lot of the things that game does because it's catering towards a more casual, laid-back market, and it's a good stepping. It's honestly a good stepping stone for people to get into MOBAs. That's just the one aspect of that game I will never fucking understand is level gating hero abilities.
Well, let me ask you both a question. Have you guys ever had to call into Blizzard support?
No.
Yes.
Review.
Yes, I have.
How many times did they try to sell you on World of Warcraft?
Well, they didn't have too much because I called about my World of Warcraft account.
Okay. So
and this is kind of recent
because I have a bunch of accounts because I used to play StarCraft way too much, and like I had 2 accounts that I actually had the like physical.
Like the CD key,
like Battle.net ID, you know, the thing that changes every like 12 seconds or whatever. And I had to do something to my account that I had like primary games on, my drunk alias, which is actually what it's called. It's drunk alias, to get like just like it unlocked and figured out because I had lost my shit. And I'm talking to this person, and they're like, okay, it's really me. Like, I have my credit card information and everything, and like I even remember when I bought different things, and like I think 4 different times he's like, I see that you have, it like at the time what they had been doing is just giving me free WoW expansions. They're like, I see that you've never activated your WoW account, and we've given you like 3 expansions. Like, what is keeping you from playing WoW? Well, I've never played WoW. I've seen people play WoW. I have no desire to ever do that. And he kept on bringing it up, and he's like, dude, you should play World of Warcraft. Like, how much do I have to give you? Like, I'll give you whatever the thing is that like makes your character instantly like 5 or 10 levels below max. Like I'll give you even one of those. Like, just play WoW. Just play WoW. And I'm like, I don't fucking want to play World of Warcraft, dude. Like, I don't. What is your problem?
So bizarre.
Yeah, and he just kept on selling me. And then he asked me why I hadn't played Hearthstone in so long. Like, well,
It's just going through your tax records and shit. Like, I see you didn't file this year. What's going on, guys?
Like they have very many games, you know. Like, my account is all right there, and like all my shit is like somewhat linked together. Like, I at one point in time was kind of like a Blizzard power user or whatever you'd call it. And so he's like, "Yeah, dude, why haven't you been doing this? Like, we need a way to get more money and more of your time. We need you to be playing our games instead of other games, so that we can capitalize on the money that you are willing to put into video games." Their customer like service people are salesmen. Like they sell. That's all they do.
Still
they
better
can help
than
you,
Steam.
and they can fix stuff, but they sell things. That is what they do.
I wonder how much of that
Crazy experience.
is in response to the whole like them losing 3 million subscribers. You know, like what was that? It was like a report a couple months back. Where, like,
there was
like
something
3
to
million
that
people.
though. Like it was actually like over a decent amount of time or so. I don't remember what exactly. I just remember that report was a bit exaggerated. It wasn't like 3 million people like in the span of a.
Well, yeah, I don't think it was in like a short span, but I think since like I guess its inception over time, the amount of people that left was a really high number.
Yeah, there was something to it. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, they still lost that many people. Like you can't really dispute that fact. But there was something to it. I just remember.
In a very short period of time, they lost 3 million regular users of World of Warcraft. It was people just not playing it anymore, and that was announced. What is March 31st? Yeah.
Okay.
Like people.
Yeah, so I wonder if like they got a mass email to like the call center's bosses,
The corporate
saying,
stooges
hey,
sent out an email.
we need you to push this game, sell this game as much as possible. Give them a sample.
I called in like a year before that. No, that was like a year and a half ago now that I called in and they were doing that shit. It wasn't recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's why I'm like, yeah, that dude was trying to sell me on stuff. He's like, dude, you've spent a lot of money here. What can I do to get you to spend more money here? I'm willing to give you a bunch of stuff if I can get more real, hard-earned,
I mean, to be fair, I think aside from the expansion releases, that game's player base has slowly been declining over the course of like the past few years. I mean, obviously, when like an expansion came out, it boosted the numbers up again. But I don't know, just World of Warcraft in 2015. It's kind of a.
How old is that
relic.
game?
04 it came out. Excuse me. But yeah, it came out in 04, so 11 years. Yeah, about 11 years at this point.
Yeah, I recently called in because I was curious about my old WoW account. I haven't played in like forever, and I still had the box with the keys, and I still had the credit card I got in college that was tied to my old account. And I was like, all right, let's give this a shot. They were very unhelpful because I guess at some point they must have like purged the account because it's been inactive for so long.
Well, you never got a BattleNet account in recent years, did you? Like download the client and all that good stuff because that's.
I eventually did because I also had all the boxes for like StarCraft and Diablo, so I wanted to connect all that stuff to my account. That way I could just get it from there easily. Then a couple of years later, I was like, hey, I also have a WoW account, so I called. They even, despite having all the credentials and all the information, they wouldn't tell me that it was deleted or purged because they couldn't find it and they wouldn't give me any more info. So I just assumed it was, but they weren't really pushy about any other products. I don't think like Hearthstone or any of that stuff was out. I think that was when I first called. I called again because I found the credit card. That was what was preventing them from finding that information to begin with. So yeah, and it was like a normal call that nothing was done, nothing was helping, so I just ended it. So, yeah. I guess two different experiences with Blizzard support.
Well, they probably figured you were a lost cause because you didn't even have your account set up or anything, or you're going off a 10-year-old account. They're just like, oh, fuck this guy.
I'm like, yeah, I've got like 6 accounts and I've got like all this bullshit. Like, can you just help me with this one thing? Why do you have 6 copies of StarCraft 2?
That is a bit much, to be fair.
But you gotta have 2 accounts that you try to only play sober on and like actually, stay in. Oh my gosh, this is a long time ago before there was even a Grandmasters thing, but you gotta try to like keep those legit and stay top 2% and like be like all hyper competitive and stuff, and then you got like a trashy one that you only play like random team games and just get really drunk and shit around, and it won't affect your real account at all.
Fair enough, I suppose.
When was the last time you played StarCraft?
It was while it was still Wings of Liberty. My wife actually made me uninstall it because I was spending an unhealthy amount of time playing it.
Yeah, you were really good at it for a minute, from what I remember.
Yeah, I remember I actually booted it up and played a game with you, and like you had been playing like just countless hours, and so I was playing all super defensive, like I did. I think I randomed Terran, and like I did like a standard just one Rax into refinery, and I was trying to just like really turtle tech up, and I come over to your base trying to poke around, and you've got like fucking 12 cannons.
Yeah, I was the like, cannon master.
What the fuck are you doing? And so I just dropped your base and wiped you out.
Yeah, I don't plan ahead. I just build many cannons, just cannon city all day, every day, and then I build pylons everywhere. And
so I waited until like 7:30 to scout you out, and like you had, like, oh, you were building a fucking void ray. You were like building your first void ray, and I'm just so confused. I'm like, you've been playing this game so much. How are you so bad?
It's because I only played the mods.
What's going on?
That's the only reason I even buy. I'm going to buy Void. What is it? Void of the Storm, the new one. Some shit like that. The new StarCraft expansion. The only reason I buy the StarCraft is for the mods. They're just stupid fun. I mean, it harkens back to the almost said World of Warcraft. Warcraft 3 days. Which, I mean, Dota spawned out of that, and Footmen, Tower Defense, all that good shit.
I got back into Dota because in StarCraft 2 I would randomly play, what was it called? Stosis? Like the Dota clone that they had.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I never played it. The one for StarCraft 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I remember why I liked this game. Like, I remember that I got, oh god, with my Warcraft 3 account for the Frozen Throne, I actually hit 66th on ladder one time, and that was in early 2010. I think you can still look this up, but that's also under Drunk Alias. Yeah.
You're saying you play at your optimal level when you're wasted out of your mind. Is that
not
fair
out
to
of
say?
my mind when I'm just pretty good, you know. Like when
Corbin functions best when he's just socially drunk.
Can't actually drive. Yeah, it's like right about there. It's like I play darts best, you know, between like 3 to 5 beers. If I have too much, it's no good. But if I don't have enough, then like I'll actually think about what I'm doing, and when I think about what I'm doing, then I'm just gonna mess it up. Using a chemical to unlock, you know, that just like reactionary whatever it is. I'm an alcoholic.
Before we trail off heroes, I do want to point out that last weekend, so I guess a few days after they launched, they announced that they're doing another map, which I can't fucking remember because I didn't bother to link that, so I have no idea what the fucking map is. But they're bringing the Butcher into Heroes of the Storm. And Corbin brought up a good point. There's already a fat man with a hook in Heroes of the Storm. Yeah, they
already have. I forget what his name is already, but they already have
Stitches.
Stitches, yeah, they already have Stitches from Warcraft 3. Like,
from the images they leaked, it all just looked like fiery AoE effect abilities, not unlike what you would deal with like when you were fighting him in Diablo 3, or at least the Diablo 3 version. So,
well, he did
have the hook.
3 version. He had environmental fire, like that was the whole panel thing, and then he had the burst fire. That was really the only fire. Like it was just body explosion fire, and then it was like environment fire.
Then he threw the hook, and then he threw the 3.
Hook, melee attacks, and then
he threw like 3 chains or some shit like that. I remember.
Yeah, and the floor lit up, right?
It was like 5, and it was the spikes out.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe I don't see them discounting the hook, but you know, you can never have too many fucking gimmicky, stupid heroes in MOBAs. So. Whatever.
The only way it would be cool is if it was back to like Diablo 1 Butcher, where he's just like a fat pink demon with a little apron, swinging like a butcher action and running at you really fast.
That was the best Butcher.
Oh,
he's the best Butcher.
I mean, the Butcher in Diablo 3 is great too, though. I mean, gotta give the fiery credit. Well, it is an old game at this point. All right, let's fucking get the fuck out of Blizzard realm and move up to some game updates. Chivalry, which I think we talked about last week, had an update, or we talked about an update they had last week. They have another update. This time it's just no new maps or anything. It's just community items. I'm okay with this.
No, there's way more to it.
No, it's just patches and weapons and shit.
they patched a bunch of maps. They fixed all the problems.
Yeah, patches, but I mean, there's no real new content. That's my point.
Oh, yeah, I guess in that sense.
I mean, whenever they do one of these updates,
map-breaking stuff, they got rid of.
Did they get rid of your crab walking backwards
No,
swing?
that I think that
still
they can't. I think I read something where like they couldn't.
It's lies. They just want to keep it in the game.
But little nooks and crannies that would prevent a cart from moving because someone broke a map, like those sort of things are gone. Weird spawns are gone now. They made free for all like a little more bearable in like all maps. They did, and also new community items. But I think the important part of this update is that they fixed map stuff.
Well, one thing you can take away from this update is the fact that these are community-made mods that are selling, and the modders are getting portions for. So
Oh,
without the shitstorm.
It's like you can do paid mods. You gotta fucking do it right. Some people don't like. I think I have a helmet or two. I don't mind paying $1 for something I've dumped dozens of hours into for a helmet that'll make me look baller status and support the modding community at the same time. Like, it can be done. Just don't fucking. You gotta go about it the right way. But yeah, and Shiv's getting. I don't want to say out of hand, but they're pumping out these updates pretty frequently. It's getting to the point where they're doing like 2 or 3 a month. So I guess that's good. The Shiv community's continuing to grow. Whatever.
Is it?
I don't know. It's very like they did a free weekend.
At least not losing players.
They did a free weekend, and they did a sale, and they did another free weekend. The game has been getting a lot of attention lately, I guess, but. I guess it could warrant the updates if their player base is really growing, but I don't see it growing. Like, there's any given time you'll find a few thousand people playing Chivalry Medieval Warfare, but it's never really dipped beyond that. It never gets crazy numbers, like, along the lines of Counter-Strike or Dota or anything like that. Another indie game me and Jose are a big fan of that gets almost no attention, Depth, has a new update. And this update, actually, I didn't know it had a new shark, but apparently it has a new shark, new map, cosmetics, all sorts of good shit. And they redid a lot of they redid the main menu. They redid aiming down sights. You can have custom crosshairs now. This is actually a pretty substantial update, but we haven't actually hopped on it yet. But we probably will later in the night. But yeah, it's very cool that Depth is still pumping out these type of updates.
Yeah, and I think that's the whole reason why Chivalry pumps out their updates. Because when you log on Depth like on a Wednesday night, there aren't that many people. You'll see the same names in the lobbies like over and over again. So I think as long as they keep putting out updates, even if it's just small fixes of things, the news of that will draw the players back.
Yeah, there's definitely some weight to that.
Yeah, because of all these games, Depth is one of the most fun games I've ever played. Like, of all the games that I own. It's ridiculous how it hooked me. Like, I could be playing, like, a dozen other games that I haven't even touched, but, like, Depth, there's just something about Depth. That...
It's unique. It's definitely unique.
I didn't get from other, like, asymmetric sort of deathmatch games. It's a crazy game, and I hope they keep pumping these out. I hope the community at least grows a little more.
What they need to do, I don't want to say they need to bundle the game, but they need to get it to a pretty low price point, because the lowest the game has been at thus far, I think, is like $12.50 for just the standalone. That's not including the 4-pack the way we went about it.
Yeah, that's right.
But they just need to like get it to a really low price point. I understand the game came out late last year. And you obviously don't want to throw it in like a $1 bundle somewhere on some shitty site, not even like a Humble Bundle type thing. But they need to do that. They need to like put themselves in like a $10 beat the average on Humble Bundle. They need to, I don't know, sell it for $7.50 during the Steam Summer Sale. They really need to think about lowering the price of this game. The community's there, like you said, but it's, you're playing usually with the grizzled veterans that know exactly what they're doing. The only opportunity you get to really fuck around and have a good time without really try-harding is during a free weekend event or even, just a small sale. But they really do need to, like, they need more people playing this game. Because like you said, it's really fun. It's pretty unique. And it's getting to the point where games are kind of taking that underwater fighting aspect thing and like turning into early access games. So Depth, they're kind of the forerunner of this. They need to kind of solidify themselves in their community before a lot of these knockoff games come around and just steal their player base. Because that'll happen eventually if they don't do something to grow the player base. I said player base a lot right there.
Okay, you can say it a couple more times real quick, just 3 times fast.
No. What else? Elite Dangerous, which is something we've talked about. I haven't talked about in a while on this cast. Kind of the same vein as Star Citizen, one of those outer space, sandboxy, do whatever the fuck you want things type of games.
Except, it's not going to be. It's not focused on multiplayer. Right? It's just like the story, the single player.
No. You can play it. You can play it single player, and it's single player. It's all online. So single player it's basically replacing actual people with bots. To be fair, the single player mode is pretty. It's right up there with the multiplayer mode as far as you can just people refer to it as space truck simulator, or at least that's what a lot of the early game feels like, because that's how you make money early on. And you can get interdicted on, or people can try to intercept you while you're at light speed, and the bots will go after you as ferociously as an idiot, 15-year-old in multiplayer would. So they did that right, but it's a lot like Star Citizen in the fact that it's a persistent universe that players can kind of help shape, especially now with the new update, which they're called Power Play. Fuck, did I really forget? Yeah, Power Play. Basically, there's a dozen different people and fractions you can choose to ally yourself with. And you go to whatever sector of space they're in, and you can do little missions and stuff, and you kind of grow your renown, and you grow the organization you choose as a whole. And sectors of if you bring up the galaxy map now, sectors of space, there's green and gray and blue. There's just blobs of shit all over space that's Mark's controlled territory. So that adds a bit more depth to the game, which it was severely lacking. It's really cool that you can just jump in light speed and go fucking fly 100 million light, well not 100 million, but 100 light years away at any given time if you have the right ship. And just go, because you can just explore in that game. That's a viable thing you can do to make money and earn a living. You can just fucking fly around, scoop fuel from stars, go fly off to space, discover some shit. That's one of the things that makes Elite Dangerous really cool. But it's just kind of shallow, miles long, knee deep, not very wide. But this update definitely adds a bit of content to the game, and it still desperately needs some other stuff. Honestly, I like Elite Dangerous, but it really needs some other stuff. If it's gonna compete with Star Citizen or a lot of these, I can't remember the third big title, but a lot of these space sim games that are coming out in the next few years, it's gonna fall to the wayside if it doesn't. But right now they seem to be doing the right thing. They seem to be adding more content and making it a little bit more interesting. Because, like I've said previously, right now it kind of is just Euro Truck Simulator. Or you can kind of pretend it's Cowboy Bebop and go bounty hunting, but honestly the fighting in Elite Dangerous isn't as satisfying as Star Citizen, which is in pre-alpha, so that says something. Speaking of alphas and early access...
Wait, hold on. Can you actually answer a couple questions that I have about Star Citizen? Because...
Yes, I know a lot about Star Citizen.
I feel like it's relevant to people, and I also would like you to answer them.
Okay, well, fire away. With your fine shirt.
I have, one of my friends also has Star Citizen. I have become interested in it, but it seems like it's in too much of a premature state for the small amount of time I would be able to put into it for it to be something that I could, get enough enjoyment out of for the initial investment required. How is the updates that are coming along? I know that it's really actually making moves and is working on becoming what it wants to be. At this point in time, how much money would I have to invest to get a good ship and start doing stuff? And then how do you see that evolving in the next 6 months?
6 months, okay. Honestly, if it's something that you just kind of want to fuck around with and, maybe spend an hour or two a week on, now would kind of be the time to get in on it. Just because there isn't a whole lot to do. There's stuff, right now they have their alpha is called the Arena Commander. In the Arena Commander, you can fly around free flight in both single player and multiplayer. You can do Battle Royale, which is just people with their stupid overpowered ships running around blowing you up. Or you can do Vandal Swarm, which is what I always do, which is like a co-op mode. basically like 20 waves of alien ships get thrown at you, and it gets progressively harder to the point where you want to kill yourself, but the aliens do it for you. As far as price point, like, it's not as bad as you would think. I actually had a couple ships, and Palmer's birthday was recently, and I was gonna melt my ships down and get him a ship.
Yes, I love this story.
I was gonna melt I melted down one of my more expensive ships so I could get him a starter package. But I was a little, let's just say, inebriated at the time, and I missed the giant red text, apparently, that says, by the way, if you melt this ship, you can only spend this currency on your account. Like, you can't gift it.
It actually says it in red text.
Yeah, it says it in red text. Yeah, it's right in my fucking face, but I was just like, I don't give a fuck. So after I discovered I couldn't buy Palmer the ship, I was like, well, fuck, I got rid of one of my ships, what am I going to do now? So I just melted down everything I had, and I got like $100 ship, basically. I think it's a $115 game package. But I have all these nice hangars now. I have a pirate hangar to put all my pirate booty in. And I have a multi-crew ship.
You have an aquarium in your hangar, right?
I do have an aquarium in my hangar. I need to get more fish in it, though. I've only got one fish.
Just to spite me.
I did.
What kind of aquarium is it, and what kind of fish is it?
I don't know. It was a $5 fucking in-game bullshit currency thing I did just to spite Corbin and his fish status. Yeah. I need to buy more fish for it, though. But, so that's...
So the things you melted down are those things you got in-game?
Yeah, they're basically...
stuff you bought?
No, it's stuff I bought for the game. It's basically like a game package that came with a ship and another ship. I melted all that shit down, I bought a game package that came with a better ship. But, where was I? So that's what's out now, those 3 modes, the Battle Royale, the Free Flight, and the Co-op. They're working on the first-person module. That's going to be coming out within, I think the entire community has agreed it'll be out within like 1 to 6 weeks.
Fucking reversed.
So that's coming up soon. But the big thing I'm excited for, since I got my new ship, the ship I just got is multi-crew. I have my pilot seat. I have a seat behind me that can be used for tracking and like my docking collar, so I can board enemy ships. There's like a hole in my hull in the back of my ship where I can just drop in and start raiding bitches. And then there's a turret on top of my ship that someone else can man. That's all going to come into play during the multi-crew module, which was supposed to do out this summer, but I think it's probably got pushed back to fall or winter. Basically, the game, it's not progressing terribly fast. They're kind of behind on stuff, but like when I really first got into it, they basically broke the game, and it took them a month to fix it, but they eventually did fix it, and the issues that they were having that really fucked with the game aren't there anymore. So it's progressing nicely. They're doing a good job of knocking all the shit up. The full game itself, I wouldn't expect to see it until 2017, honestly. But if it's something where you just kind of want to fuck around with a spaceship and CryEngine, you got a nice rig now. If you want to fuck around CryEngine 3 spaceship battles, I mean, the cheapest package you can get is probably like $30, but if you wanted to actually have, a halfway decent ship and have a good time, you can get like even something like a Mustang Alpha with the module would run you like $45, so it's not as expensive as you think.
It's not too
And you have to keep in mind when the game actually does come out, it's going to be, a full $60 price point, so...
I'll already have it, or...
Yeah, you have the game. If you get one of these packages, you get the game. You get Star Citizen, and they're coming out with a secondary kind of single-player game they're calling Squadron 42, I think. Yeah, Squadron 42. So honestly, if it's the game itself interests you, if it ever fucking comes to fruition, then it's not a bad idea picking up one of these $40, $45 packages, just so when the game comes out, you have, that game, you have a ship, some starting credits, all that good shit. That's basically where Star Citizen's at now. It's progressed. It's gotten to the point where it works again, so I'm very happy. Because I got into the game, 3 days later they fucking broke it, and I was very sad. So
is that when you had to re-download everything?
Yeah, that's when I had to re-download like 80 gigs of shit.
Right.
Good
stuff.
Oh,
you don't have good internet.
No, I have good internet. I wanted to play the game, and I delete and re-download 80 gigs of shit. So.
Any news on the space yacht?
No news on the space yacht.
Have they talked about any?
Yeah, they've talked about a lot of new ships. No yachts, though. The big thing that came and went were the hauler series, which can get huge. They range from a tiny one-person ship that can haul a couple crates of cargo to these giant spiderweb-looking hauler things that you'll need a fleet to escort because they're so vulnerable and they can carry so. It's basically these ships that can carry an entire fleet of ships. It's pretty ridiculous.
So it's kind of like it has, I remember talking to you and someone else about it. That
Nylot's really into it.
It was kind of like Eve, except for less bullshitty.
It's like Eve, but less spreadsheety. That's
Yeah.
what the dream is, anyway.
Because I remember, like, something about Eve had interested me, but then the people that I knew that played it were not interesting people.
Yeah, I couldn't ever picture getting into Eve, but Star Citizen looks to be it's much more interesting, action oriented. It's less spreadsheety. Eve can be cool, especially when you watch one of those 9,000 player giant space battle things going on
At 2.5 frames a second.
Yeah, that's exactly 2 frames a second. They take months to plan and actually happen. Star Citizen just looks to.
Or it randomly happens, and all of a sudden, like, Ebert comes home in the middle of the day. I'm like, dude, what are you doing here? And he's like, dude, I got Eve, gotta do stuff. Don't you have a job? Yeah, I left early, sick.
So he can play Eve.
What? You left work early to come home and do a space battle for Eve? What?
But that's kind of common for if you're in a guild and you take raiding very seriously.
Yeah, but fuck those guys.
Yeah,
so Eve itself is like a second job.
Yeah, that's why it never really interested me, honestly. But Star Citizen won't. I mean, it's CryEngine 3. I don't really see these giant 1,000-player battles happening. Honestly, I think when reading through the Reddits right now, the max player count they're having for any particular instance is 200 or something like that. Which can still some of these multi-cruise ships. Some of these multi-cruise ships can have up to dozens of people on them. So I don't know. It's just this game. It's just you got to play the waiting game because it really could just fall to shit at any given point, or they might not deliver on a lot of stuff. But even if the devs. They have so much money.
Have $79 million.
They're up to 85-ish now.
85 now, shit.
They were around 75 when I got in 3 months ago, and they've shot up 10 million in 3 months. So it's.
I remember when I was actually looking at it when my buddy was trying to get me to look at it. They were at 60 something, and I was looking at it, and it wasn't a game yet. I could see what they were doing and that it was actually working, but it's not. It wasn't a game yet.
Yeah, it's still not a game. It's. The game itself consists of you hanging around in your hangar and looking at your ships, that if you own any ships. That's it. And then Arena Commander, which is the alpha. And like I said, they're planning on rolling out the first-person shooter module, and then they're going to do the multi-crew and then planet side, but that shit is just so far off. If the game interests you, you really should get in on one of these packages before it comes out, but it's the type of thing where it's get one of the cheap packages and then just forget about it for a year and a half. And then when the Persistent Universe beta comes out, then you can hop on it and do all this crazy shit and start your own corporation or become a Reaver or fucking Captain of Firefly like I'm going to do, and all this just cool shit that has the potential to happen. But until then, it's just waiting game.
I've had a couple of guys at my job are in on that, and I can just try to ride coattails. And there's some fucking super nerds there.
I'm just looking forward for the multi-crew so Nylock can get on my turret and we can get baked and destroy enemy spaceships. It'll be fun.
Just a little 2-person thing. Where are you flying? Where the fuck are you shooting?
It's gonna be glorious.
There'll be this big organized attack, and then this one ship that can't fly straight and keeps on shooting everywhere.
Actually, my ship is
together with duct tape.
My ship is stupid maneuverable. It has 16 thrusters throughout its entire hull. It's ridiculous. I have no armor, but I can dodge everything and everything.
I played 18 hours of Grand Theft Auto 5 on PC with him, and the thing is that when he's not with his other friends, he actually gets really objective focused and is really good at doing things and understands how to take orders and do objectives, and all of a sudden as soon as he gets with his friends or with you, it just all falls apart because he stops caring.
Well, yeah. I have that effect on
It does have that effect.
I have that effect on everyone.
You want to, get this done? I'm like, oh yeah, sure, let's get it done. And you remember, I actually was rolling with people who were
try hard. You're try harding. They're try hardness.
It's the fucking payday thing. It's those guys that are let's do this.
Try hard.
Get it done. Exactly what to do, and he's capable of doing that. It was just really depressing. As soon as somebody else would come on, he'd be like, I'm gonna go and masturbate in an exploding car.
Alright then. Shots fired at Nylock confirmed. Jose, why don't you tell us a little bit about Ark Survival Evolved? Which, by the way, that is the dumbest fucking like. That is the epitome of naming an early access survival game right now. Having Survival Evolved on the end of it. I sort of point. Ark would have been great. Ark would have been great, but no, Ark Survival Evolved. Like
Zombie edition.
Yeah, Z. Add a Z in there somewhere.
Half of that is to make you think about saying the title of the game, because it doesn't roll off the tongue very well.
No.
Very easily at all. But my initial impressions, yeah, I mean, they don't really explain Ark either. You know, like,
oh my gosh, I tried to look up that game when you were talking about it, and it took me forever to realize that it was spelled A-R-K. It was embarrassing. I was like, this isn't what I'm looking for.
Yeah, well, let's see. They don't give you much lore in-game. And I'm sure there's a bunch of it, you know, on websites or whatever. I haven't checked any.
Doubt that.
But as far as I can tell, the game is like, it's obviously a survival game.
With dinosaurs.
With dinosaurs, essentially. Like the hook is that you're not just like a caveman. You're obviously flung on this planet or landmass. It's like an island, and you're given no context except when you first wake up on the world. You look down at your arm, and you see this embedded like thing, like this implant on your forearm, and then that's it. You know, and
like a chip or a
it's
circuit
like
board or
it's like
something?
a little no. It's like a little. It's like a little, like a diamond, like a little implant, like a metal diamond-shaped thing that's like right on your arm, and then off in the distance you'll see these floating like obelisks, and we checked one out the other day, and you can summon like bosses from it. That's what I gathered, and I've yet to join a server where anyone's like, you know, I've asked, you know, around, like, has anyone unlocked this thing yet? Everyone's like, no one has. No one knows where to find like this last ingredient or whatever. But the whole point of the game is
Diablo 3.
Yeah, no one's found the cow level yet. But it seems like they're really pushing the whole, you know, we want you to see how much we're getting done a week. You know, for the lead up to Jurassic World, the movie, they're releasing a new dinosaur, like, you know, every Friday. You know, just to get more hype for the game.
Gotta get done on Friday.
Hey, that's kind of cool. I'm kind of into that.
Yeah, and it's definitely worth checking out. You know, like it looks as good, if not better, than The Forest. You know, even if it's like an early beta, or maybe it's alpha. Either way, it's early access. There are a few issues with the game. Like, one thing I've noticed is that if you don't bring down some of the settings, like the graphical settings, the game can stutter and hang up a bit.
Yeah, I read it had some. You even told me it had some optimization issues.
Yeah, it definitely has, and I think that's where most of the negative reviews came with the game, because I recently, you know, built this new computer that I run, and it's like a high mid-tier gaming rig, and so I can, you know, kind of like any gaming rig, I can run most things on like really high or ultra, and, you know, not have too much issue. This game, I had to bring it down to medium and high, and I had to mess with, you know, how much stuff will appear on the ground. They've got a slider for that specifically, because I think whenever you move into a new area, it loads everything instantaneous, and so the further your field of view is,
it spends all this time repopulating.
Yeah,
okay.
and then because it takes a second to read, you know, it doesn't register your mouse movement. So like when it finally gets back into the game, you've done a 180, and you're falling off a cliff, or you ran into a fucking.
So it has nothing to do about what computer you're playing it on. It's that they have to work on their just like structural, just computer language.
Just the way
words.
But it is a good looking game. So I think, you know, I think that will come into play eventually. But I don't think you'll nearly need as high specs as you do need now to run it.
I did notice in May, sometime like around May 16th or something, Grand Theft Auto had another like minor patch along with an NVIDIA driver update that was specifically for Witcher, but also included, you know, a bunch of other things that made Grand Theft Auto 5 all of a sudden like actually even run even more smooth on my computer.
Mm.
Well, when NVIDIA pushes out those major release graphics card updates, they oftentimes do, like, you know, it's not just for The Witcher yet. Like you said, it'll incorporate other big titles.
It has this giant. It always has a giant list of games. There's always bullet points, like main ones. But like Grand Theft Auto wasn't even in the top listing. But like if you dig down into it and read the like plus, you know, and like look through it, it's like, oh yeah, well we optimized these couple things, and it made my load times faster.
Mm.
I'm loading from like a RAID 0 SSD array, and it actually made it load faster. It was weird because whatever the graphics elements are that it has to load onto my graphics card, like it started working better. Like the game doesn't take nearly as long to load, and I always complained about it because it's the longest I've ever spent loading on a game since like 2006. And people are like, "Did you ever play it on console?" And I was like, "No, my Xbox 360 broke in 2011. Was the last time I played a console."
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's get back to fucking Ark and try to stay on one point for 10 minutes.
Yeah, we have a lot better at keeping me on track. You gotta cut me off and be like.
Well, I don't want to just yell at you. I mean, I do, but I try not to because I do that a lot. So I try to be a good person. But Ark initially, like Ark, I was like, oh cool, another early access game I can waste $20 on. Let's do it. And this was launch day, and it had terrible launch day issues. The Steam page was filled with negative reviews saying, you know, game is worse, 0 out of 10, yada yada. But apparently they, like you said, they've been good about fixing their problems, and they fixed it, and now the Steam store page has it at mostly positive reviews, which is kind of rare for a game to transition from mixed or negative reviews to positive so very quickly. So I definitely am interested in the game. The thing is, the Steam summer sale starts tomorrow, and I've been blowing a lot. I've been blowing a decent amount of cash on GOG lately, so I just don't really feel like spending $25 on an early access survival game right now, considering the sales right around the corner. So really, for me, honestly, it's just bad timing for Ark. I could have it could have been a lifetime love, you know, and now it's just gone forever, or at least for a while.
You know, I think the longer you wait, it'll be worth the wait, because they said they're adding new stuff every week. They're very active on the community hub. Like, they tease new things that they're doing or what they're working on, and at very least they respond to the community. One of the issues people have is with their user interface. A lot of it, you know, they wish they had more control over it, because right now, whenever you're in the server, it'll announce when someone joined, you know, and that's real estate on your screen. You know, you can't change your stats sizes, you know, like you've got like a hunger meter, like a thirst meter, all that stuff as normal, you know, survival sims. But that stuff's, you know, all on the bottom right of the screen, and whenever you go into your inventory, the chat box moves around. So like they've said that they're going to address these issues. You know, they're probably in the future update, maybe not soon because they're doing the whole Jurassic Park thing, and so they're adding new dinosaurs. But I think maybe after that, they're gonna probably pay attention more to like the immediate things that people are so interested in, or that's like the main thing. And like I said, it for an early access game, that it looks pretty polished. I don't have a lot of weird issues with the game, like graphical issues. Of course, you know, moving down from high textures or like high detail and high shadows to lower fucks with just how the game looks. Because if I put everything on high, trees will, you know, move fine with the wind. They'll look good in the distance. But on the medium settings, when I get closer to it, the trees spaz out. They'll like stretch into infinity, and then like they'll like go back to normal when I get close to it. That's weird. When it starts to rain, the trees have a sway to them, you know. But on lower settings, they look very 2D, and it just looks kind of, you know, campy.
Awkward.
Like that scenery,
weird saw
like,
paper
you know,
moving back and forth.
Yeah.
Is there like a render distance that you can change where it'll just like have where you can change how far it renders out, or is that
That's definitely something you should look into.
It's got a very good, like I like the way they do it because it's got a slider. It's very easy. You don't have to mess with numbers. It's like slide it to here. This how far you'll see. You go in game.
One of you guys should buy my 980. So I can buy a 980 Ti.
Fuck you and your graphics card.
I need more.
I
honestly just want the RAM for 4K.
Oh, right. This game, I think, would look good on a curved screen because you need as much peripheral vision as possible. This game is scary because it feels like you're wearing blinders, like horse blinders. And it's already scary enough because there's dinosaurs everywhere. When it hits nighttime, I don't think they have a brightness or like a gamma setting yet, but that's something that they're going to address soon. But it's terrifying at night, especially if you're under foliage and no moon or light of a floating obelisk is hitting you. Every little sound sounds like a T-Rex or like a Carnosaur or something. And
I swear that the sound will kill you.
Seriously, if any of you guys check out my my Twitch page, I have 2 clips I highlighted about just weird things that happen in the game. To allow me to get into a little bit of what I've experienced. I was playing with a friend, Rick, and he's a great guy to play with because he's very goal oriented. Like you're talking about your one friend Corbin, and so right off the bat it was like, all right, Rick's gonna deal with the kind of important stuff, and I'm gonna take a whole more casual.
You're gonna be worthless while he does all the work, as that's what's going on here.
Yep.
No, not true. Not true. At the very beginning, I was I built our structures. I bought plates to store things in. I did my fair share, but I love exploring and I love not following orders very well. It's like a thing I love to troll a lot. So he's working on something. So then I just go explore. So we reached an area we thought was pretty isolated. We go over a ridge and we realize there's a huge camp. There's there are tribes and guilds. And so you're like, all right, let's just camp here for the night and move out. And so, I was exploring a little bit into the forest, and I look over this ridge. I look over into a valley below, and then I see something, swaying off in the distance. I'm like, oh, it's a brontosaurus tail. And I was like, oh, cool. It's a salamander shape. It's black and red. And so, looking at it off in the distance, I get to it, and then I noticed that somebody's pet. Someone had tamed this brontosaurus. And that's quite a feat, in the game. And then I noticed it has a pen next to it. And so, I walk down there, I'm looking around, and then I'm holding a torch. The light of the torch reaches a little piece of rock that I think, and then I look at it and realize it's a T-Rex head, just kind of chilling next to this brontosaurus. I couldn't tell if it was trying to eat it or whatever, but when the light hit it, it took me a second to register what was happening. I was like, fuck! And the game is full of those experiences. If you have a fear of big fucking dinosaurs or monsters, or an irrational fear, or just getting scared, this game's pretty fun because it deals with things that I think we all loved as kids, and it's just fun to see this put together right in a game.
Building forts and dinosaurs, just childhood encompassed.
Well, with the lighting effects you're talking about for this game, actually, you got me a little bit interested because it sounds like everything that they wanted Dark Souls 2 to be, but then couldn't implement, on the technology available for the consoles. That's if you ever did you ever play Dark Souls 2?
The first one for very little. The game got really hard.
Yeah, praise the sun. You will die.
Praise the sun. That's sunward bullshit.
Do you not praise the sun?
No. I'm down with what was the thing in Skyrim? Talos. That's what I'm down with. That's what I'm down with.
Shit, I haven't played Skyrim in a long time. No, I'm really hoping. Oh wait. When we transition into specific Steam sale things that we want.
We can do that now. We're getting towards the end. Yeah, Steam sale starts tomorrow. I think. Well,
Or is there anything else you want to talk about? Because we can talk about Steam sale shit forever. So whatever else you want to talk about, let's knock that out first.
no. There's a lot of Halo stuff, but we'll wait for Palmer for that because he's the other Halo nerd on this cast.
Yeah, he'll be mad if you talk about it without him.
Yeah, stuff we can put out till next week. But yeah, the Steam summer sale has been confirmed for days now. I think PayPal sent out an email saying, "Hey, Steam summer sale later this week on Monday."
Yeah.
So, it's
that.
all but confirmed. It's going to run for, I believe, the 21st, which is about a week and a half, something like that. Well, probably.
It starts on the 11th and it normally goes for 10 days. So the 11th to 21st that sounds right.
Well,
I got that email. American Express even sent me an email about it. Yeah. Well. Yeah, but I was trying to find it again. I don't know if it's still available. But if you can find it, if you buy from Best Buy on eBay a $100 Steam Store gift card, you can use their 15% off Father's Day coupon. So you can spend $85 to get $100 of Steam cash money. And then if you pick it up at a Best Buy, there's no shipping cost, which is what I did. And then you can blow all that money on Dota 2 hats.
Not even the Steam sale. He just wants that Void Courier that he's never going to get.
How much money? I don't even want to know. I'm pretty close to $400 on Dota 2, I think.
Really? I thought you'd be way ahead of me. I'm just below 200. I thought you'd be way the fuck ahead of me.
No, I started limiting myself. I actually I was like, every time that I wanted to buy something retarded on Dota 2, I would, put some money away, and then I ended up buying a 4K TV. It paid off. But that also is not all money that I would have actually spent on the game, and then also
that's what it sounded like.
Yeah, it was that I had like $350 or something that was specifically in my shit I shouldn't buy on video games, because it wasn't just Dota 2, it was other stuff, but I had $350 in cash sitting in this fucking envelope, and I was like, holy shit, I actually really almost spent this much money on hats, fucking hats, and then games I would never play more than 6 hours, and I was like, well, fuck it, let's spend $2,000.
No.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I like the logic there.
Doing it. Yep.
I have $350 to $2,000 TV now.
Well, this is also when I thought I was going to sell my house, and I spent a ton of money because I thought I was going to sell my house.
Oh, right.
I didn't. Yeah.
Just sitting there with that fish on the wall, looking like a fool with your 4K TV. But yeah, Steam Summer Sale, pretty sure we're all familiar with them at this point. The dailies, bundles aren't really... They still do bundles, but they weren't as big as they were years ago. But yeah, daily deals that rotate. I think a lot of games that don't go on the dailies that have really good discounts get kind of missed out on. Because generally speaking, the way Steam sales work is if it's not in a flash deal or a daily deal, you probably don't want to pick it up because there's a chance it'll end up in a flash deal or a daily deal. But if you if you're sick in the head like I am and know what to look for, if you look around, you can pretty much figure out day one which games will and won't be in a flash deal. But oftentimes there are just games that right off the bat they're 90% off and they're solid fucking buys. And if you see anything like that you want, that's pretty much anything above 75%. If it's a game you want right at day one, you can go ahead and purchase it. There's a chance it'll get maybe an extra 10%, but at that point it's maybe a couple bucks, yeah. I mean, you could be really patient and not be a dick, but, fuck that, Instant gratification.
To risk it all for $2.
Exactly, yeah.
If it's something you want that bad, dude, it's $2 fucking dollars.
But yeah, I'm not really... I mean, I'm excited for it because I have 20 games on my wish list, and I'm hoping some of them get a really nice discount. But as far as random indies and stuff go, which I really used to dig,
shout out, yeah, everybody do their indie game shout outs. Pick one or a couple, and what do you want to see that's a random indie game? What can you publicize that you want to see go on sale?
I'd like some of the early access Warhammer and 40K games. I doubt they'd get a big discount, but even 25% off just to get it some type of hype or momentum like Mordheim.
It's not what I'm saying. Like what like get it, pick a niche thing. Like the indie game that I want to see go on super cheap sale is Darkest Dungeon. That game
It's fun.
is awesome.
Yeah.
It's sweet. Like it has insane replay value, and you can have a lot of fun playing it. At least I can. And there's just the right amount of like stats and simple math going into it that you have to think a little bit, but it's nothing absurd.
Yeah, it's not overly complicated. I actually stopped playing it for months because I got
very much like a D&D campaign.
Yeah, I got 12 bad rolls in a row. Like, my entire party went from full health to, like, dead and poisoned. And I immediately stopped. I only played the game for a couple hours, and I immediately stopped. It was a thing that got addressed and patched, like, a week later. But yeah, I literally, full health party, go into a dungeon. I get 12 bad rolls in a row, and they're all dead except for one guy who's, like, poisoned and dying. And I immediately just noped out of there and didn't touch it. But yes, Darkest Dungeon is absolutely a fun game.
Yeah, I like it. It to me, I have found it to be one of the most fun things that I've played in a while. That's kind of on that level. Like I have over 100 hours on Faster Than Light.
Left Yell is great.
Yeah, like I have over 100 hours on that game, and I fucking love it. Like that was back when it was on Kickstarter. Like I heard about it because of who's the fucking StarCraft 2 fucking shoutcaster dude, Day 9 TV. He was like, guys, this game is going to be incredible. And I was like, fuck it, here's $20. And I don't regret it at all. That is actually a really challenging game that I still haven't even unlocked everything even close. I've beat it on hard one time, ever.
I don't know if I
over
actually...
100 hours.
I beat it on easy mode once.
114 hours, I've beat it on hard one time. One time.
I don't think I beat it, but I've only put like 10 hours or so into it.
Also, weren't we going to talk about Chip's Challenge?
No, you can talk about Chip's Challenge. You can recommend that for the Steam sale. Isn't
Chip's
that like a $2 game
Challenge.
off the bat anyway?
Yeah, it was $2 to get go, and like you can get it for $1 when it's on sale. Like Chip's motherfucking Challenge.
What is
You own a
Chip's?
computer with
Shouldn't
Windows
that
95.
be a free game on the Microsoft website?
No,
Like Solitaire
no.
and Hearthstone?
Nope, because it came preloaded on Dell computers and I think gateways as well, because they paid for it. Chip's Challenge 2 was like built and completely finished in 1996. It was released earlier this year.
Early access for the win, boys.
It was like ready for 20 years and it got released. So like the fan-made Chip's Challenge fucking sequel, Chuck's Challenge 3D, came out before Chip's Challenge 2.
Okay. What do you do in Chip's Challenge? I'm not at all familiar with it whatsoever.
It's 2D, so your goal is to impress this girl that is in the computer club at your high school, and it's just an arrow key game. Did you ever play that Windows 95 Star Wars game where you were Luke and you had to go through and like go to different places? I can't remember the name of it, but it's really crappy. But in this, like it's there's doors that are different colors and keys that are different colors. You want to actually collect like OG computer chips that you would solder onto a circuit board and finish the level by going through different puzzles. And there's enemies that will track you or will follow a certain moveset behavior. And then there's different environmental things.
Is this a screensaver game? I vaguely remember a Star Wars screensaver game with that kind of element.
Well, Chip's Challenge is different than the Star Wars one that I was talking about. I could look up and tell you next week what the Star Wars thing I'm thinking of is, but the Chip's Challenge is just this game that I remember just countless hours on when I was a wee little lad in
same here.
1995, you know.
I love Chip's Challenge.
Yeah, Yeah, but the Star Wars one, it basically, like, level 5 you would get your lightsaber, and then like level 15 or something your lightsaber would change from green to blue, and then it was just randomized stuff after that, and you could play forever, but it would just be randomized level events because there's only like 4 different world environments, and your objective and the world environment would be randomized. So like after level 15, nothing mattered. It was just you were just playing it to play it, and there were no more power-ups or anything. It wouldn't even get harder. It would just be fucking random levels.
So good.
It wouldn't even get harder.
So good nostalgia purchases. What you're getting at?
Yeah, dude. $1 for Chips Challenge. Like you can beat off into a jar for more than that.
I'd buy that for $1.
Isn't that? Yeah. I don't know. I gotta figure out my euphemisms.
Sick reference, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, if you're talking old nostalgia games, that's what GOG is all about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I refuse to put money into that thing because
You're a bad person.
We'll never see it again. It will just be gone, and then this will be a bunch of money that I spent, and it will be gone. I am like patient fucking zero on wasting money on games that I'll never actually play when I feel like I want them.
Yeah, I mean, I bought Grand Theft Auto 5 because Palmer hyped the hell out of it, and I still haven't played it. It's installed. And for whatever reason, I choose to play Japanese indie games. You know, that's,
we all know the reason.
That's actually, if we can get back to that, I played this game called 99 Spirits a couple of days ago. A game I bought a while back when I finally decided to, like, you know, play some of the games that I bought and had touched. And this game was pretty cool. The whole premise is that you're like a shrine maiden, and you have to, like, you know, defeat spirits. But the way you do that is you there's like a tiny little overworld where, you know, it's kind of very bare bones. You see like the monsters in, you know, every level that you're on. You walk to it, it triggers a fight. And so the first phase is it's like a wisp. It's like a flame spirit. And so you attack it with like the Z key, and then you block its attacks with the X key. And every time you block and you counterattack, you fill up a meter. And when you fill up this meter, it gives you a clue as to what kind of spirit it is. So if it's like the spirit of like a hatchet or something, it'll give you like an H, or it'll say like tool. But, you know, you have to like block and counterattack every time you want a clue as to what it is. So when you finally kind of figure out what it is, you do like a third special attack, and then you type in what you think it is. And then if you get it right, it reveals its true form, and then you just fight it like when it was in its wisp shape. And I want more games like that, just like weird things you don't expect. Because when I started playing the game, I thought it was going to be like a crappy, you know, turn-based RPG. Because I really didn't have faith in it, and I was completely surprised. So if you guys want an interesting concept of a game that's like half typing of the dead, but not as retarded, and has
okay.
The retardedness is like part of the charm of that game. Goddamn you!
But if you're not looking for that and you want something interesting, 99 Spirits, it blew me away. It was really cool. But it crashed every fucking time. Like I got really far, it would crash and it wouldn't save anything. So I had to restart a bunch of times. But
so really, it's terrible, and you should avoid it like the plague, is what you're saying.
One of my shitlord friends scratched my fucking Final Fantasy VII Disc 2. Oh, talk about games you get really far into, then they crash all the time at one specific point.
I really like the way your brain works, Corbin. Game crash. Final Fantasy 2!
1998! Oh, look at my eyebrows, they're so mad!
Those are mad eyebrows.
Yeah. It helps being Asian.
You ever playing a lot of XCOM Enemy Unknown? Bit of bugs in that I wasn't expecting, because that expansion came out, what, like 2 years ago? Stupid fun, though.
buggy shit.
It's not buggy as shit, but I'd say like during a 6-hour play session, at some point something's gonna fuck up and I have to reload something.
But for 2 years old.
Yeah, it came out, and it's a big title. It's stupid fun though. Like, oh my god, buy that game. It is great. But I'd really like to see Mordheim, City of the Damned. I want to point that out. Go on sale because it's basically a Warhammer XCOM. It's in early access and it's got pushed back to like October when it was supposed to come out, like now. But it's pretty funsies, and they've been adding a lot of content to that game since its release, so that's something to definitely keep your eye out on if you like tactical turn-based strategy games. Huh? Just want to get that out there.
Thing that everybody has to buy on Steam sale, if it goes on Steam sale for $5, is Had a Full Boyfriend. You just have to buy it.
Dogs, it's been $2.50 on GOG. Get on the bus.
Fuck!
Get on
Why
the bus,
was I
dogs.
avoiding that website?
Something I want to point out about GOG sale, by the way, they kind of did the first week, and now they did like a repeat day for the first week, and now they're doing new sales in addition to sales they've already run. But some of the sales they've already run are cheaper than before. Like Assassin's Creed is the only Assassin's Creed that's like DRM free that you can get on GOG because fuck you, play. And it was at $5, and I was like, that's tempting, but I already have it on Steam, I already have it on Xbox 360, I don't feel like spending $5. Yeah, I don't feel like spending $5 on a copy of Assassin's Creed. And then today it's like $4. Just oh my god! I just came all over myself and bought it and was like, yes, 3 copies, keep it coming. I love it so much. So that's kind of a new weird thing that GOG seems to be doing, is rolling out discounts, you know, a week later in a sale and having them be a bit cheaper. Not Terraria.
We thought more people would buy it. Better lower the price.
Yeah, I don't know.
Good job.
It wasn't Terraria. It was some other big game that they did the same thing, where it was like $5 and they lowered it $1 or $2. And yeah, so that's just a cool little thing. Steam won't be doing that, but GOG does because, you know, best company.
I'm gonna waste so much money on games that I don't have fucking time to play.
Have any of you guys have any badges ready to craft? That is the real question with summer sales, though. Real talk.
I don't care about it.
See, the thing is, if you do it right off the bat when Steam servers are crashing at 1 p.m. on the first day, you can sell the cards back that you get from crafting a badge for... Last year, it was upwards of $1. I've got 15 ready to go, so I'm really hoping that people haven't caught on to that yet, and I can just milk that for all it's worth. It'll be great.
Better redact that thing.
Nah.
For the first time in my life, I actually have better things to do.
Yeah.
I remember when they added that gem thing, and you traded in a shit ton of badges and cards for those things that ended up being bullshit. Yeah.
Well, no, it was wonderful, and you could exploit it for like 3 hours, and then it became worthless. But in that 3-hour window, boys, the dream was real. No, but like if you know you like a game, you get a shitload of cards for. Like I have a shitload of games, I get a shitload of card drops. I'll craft badges for games I really like the Shadowrun series or not Fallout, just games I really like. But I only do them during the sales when I can get the card drop and sell it for $1 or so. So I wait 6 months, and you know maybe once a month I'll get a badge ready to craft, and I'll just forget about it. And then when the sales roll around, all of a sudden I have like $20 in my wallet, and I'm good to go. So
I have 186 Steam cards.
It's a lot of fucking Steam cards. And a lot of those cards are going to go up a couple cents during the sale because people are going to want to be crafting badges and shit.
If I give them all to you, can I get like...
Nope, I'm not dealing with that shit.
Game?
No.
I'm not going to do it, man.
Yeah. Selling individual cards, that's also why I craft badges, because selling individual cards is fucking tedious, and I ain't got time for that shit.
You can craft all the badges, you know?
Fuck you and your cards, Corbin. I want nothing to do with your cards. Out of here with that
Come
shit.
on, it'll be like a part-time job.
Yeah, see, Palmer's got like 5 badges ready to go for Dota. He's on the bus.
Yeah,
he knows.
He's ready to go. I have... Oh, no. I have 11 Phantom Lancer cards.
That's a lot of Phantom Lancers. It's like a level 25 Phantom Lancer.
6 Rickies. Oh my god, I probably have... Oh, this is bad. Why did I start looking at this?
Can you even craft a Dota badge?
Oh my gosh! I just remembered that we played Dino D-Day.
Dude, that's the best game ever. How can you forget? Yeah, Steam Summer Sale. You want an awesome dollar game, Dino D-Day. Get on the fucking bus. It's another recommendation. Palmer wants your Dota cards, Corbin. He wants them.
Alright, yeah, whatever. Fuck it, you can have them. I can open up the trade window as soon as this podcast ends.
Which we're coming to now. We've been going for a bit. Anything else you guys want to game you want to mention for the summer sale that people should look out for, anything like that?
Ooh, let me bring up my wish list. I already talked about Darkest Dungeon. Dark Souls 2, Scholars of the First Sin. That makes the game for PC what they actually wanted the game to be. I will buy that, but I will not spend $50 on it when it is as old as it is. And
I don't like the way they went about. Palmer mentioned this in the cast previously. The way they went about like the re-releasing the game essentially.
Yeah, and I like that they gave it for free to everybody who bought like everything. Or no, it still costs money.
Yeah, you just
it still costs money.
Depending on the amount of shit you had, you got a bigger discount on it.
Yeah, you would just get a big discount. That's right. Hold on, what is he saying here? Yeah, it's not. No, it's not free. I know. I just remembered that right now. Sorry. But no,
it still looks like
I want that. Shut up. I want that to go on sale and to be a decent price, and then I will buy it and I will play the shit out of it because I am just so mad that Bloodborne is never going to come out on PC because Sony.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see that coming out on PC anytime soon.
If Cities Skylines goes on sale for super cheap, I would pick that up if you're...
I don't see that going on sale super cheap. It's still relatively new, and it's sold really well and kind of replaced SimCity as far as city building games go, so...
I put so much time into SimCity, and I love that game and stuff, but like it had these serious limits on what I wanted to do, and City Skylines, while it doesn't have some of the same mechanics, it has the deep, dirty tinkering that I wanted to do in SimCity that I wasn't able to.
Yeah, it was general consensus.
So that's a game, like if it does go super cheap, I would do that. I've wanted South Park Stick of Truth for a long time, but when it went on super cheap sale, like it still wasn't that cheap because it is still relatively new. If for summer sale it goes below, if it goes below $14, I'll buy it once because I'll play it through it one time.
I think $12.50 is what it's been at the last couple sales, so that wouldn't surprise me at all.
Oh, I've been too busy to be able to pay attention to this. I seriously need to like pay you like a weekly stipend and just like pay attention to this shit for me.
Yeah, South Park's a game I also didn't get around to picking up, but everyone, like all sorts of people from different like gaming backgrounds and whatnot have played that and told me that they love it. So
well, it's not about what your background is; it's about do you love South Park?
Yeah, I guess I could have worded that better.
Do you actually like the show? Yeah, I am Lord. Yeah. Like if that's what you like, it's apparently set up so that it's good for everybody, and I just wish that it was better. Assassin's Creed Rogue.
You play? Fuck that. DRM free, baby. GOG for life.
I have... How many hours do I have on Assassin's Creed Black Flag? Lugs, you were giving me shit about this earlier.
You had a surprising amount, like 180 or some shit like that. Like,
yeah. Well, so I played through the game and I got my 98.8% on it, whatever you can get without spending more money on DRM.
Well.
And I actually what I started doing is I would just play up to where you can start sailing around the world, and for finals and while I was taking breaks from studying and shit, I would just straight up go and sail around to all the little islands to get the little objectives and do the ship battles and just take the forts, and it just sailing and listening to the sailors sing my songs, it was stress relieving for me. It was really and in beautiful graphic settings, it looked great, and it calmed me, and so I have a dirty amount of hours in that game. But you can't sail in the new Assassin's Creed games, so I haven't picked them up yet.
I kind of fell out of Assassin's Creed when they went on a trilogy for Ezio. I honestly thought Altair was the most interesting and funnest character to play with, and they just never... They did revisit him with Revelations, but it was more Ezio than Altair, and it was just... Eh.
What it is the guy that came up with the entire concept for the game was in there for game one. And bam, that was incredible. That was groundbreaking for the time. and then he was there for game 2. And then he was like, "Oh well, hey Montreal, like, is it gonna be like this again?" And they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna completely dick you over." And he's like, "All right, well I'm fucking gone." So the guy who came up with everything and like did the entire concept hasn't been in Assassin's Creed since Assassin's Creed 2.
Well, originally it was supposed to be just a trilogy too. That's what threw
like
me
he
off.
had this great grand plan, and then I forget the exact story and everybody's names, but whoever the fucking, Ubisoft Montreal demon is, like, completely dicked him over. And he's got another game that has spent, like, now 7 years, like, where he's been trying to fight for the rights for it, because he owns the intellectual property, but they own the engine and all the,
Assets.
assets. They own all the assets, and at this point in time, it's just never going to happen. Because they just won't play ball with him because he wants the assets, and they're like, well, no, you make good games. We want, your shit. And he's like, well, no, I hate you. You've dicked me over like 5 times in 8 years. Like, I'm done with you. So it'll just never happen because they'll never release the assets, and he'll never release the rights.
It's a shame that series went to a yearly Call of Duty fuck you schedule, pump out bullshit thing.
I wish that the China Assassin's Creed wouldn't have been the 2D scroller that it was. I wish that would have been a full release game.
I don't know, it's a matter of time till they get out of...
Well, they already ruined the story that, lore created and we cared about by making it a 2D fucking phone and PSP scroller.
Dude, best game types. Android for life. Not adding you to the Skype call. Actually, we're getting off. We've been going for like an hour and a half.
Well, we'll end it, and then you can cut the video there, and then bring them on, and let's all talk, and the 2 people who are listening can listen.
Shut up, Corbin. Yeah.
Do what I say.
See? Didn't feel good, did it? You've been watching the 22nd episode of the Dark Motion Media Podcast. Yeah, we'll be back next Wednesday in the midst of Steam sale, and I think the GOG sale will still be going on. TI stuff might start to live. No, TI stuff won't open up for a while. That's still a ways off. Anyway, I'm Tim. With me has been Jose and Corbin, and we hope you have a lovely evening and whatnot. And take care. Bye-bye now.
Peace.